yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad.
Let's go down to, probably some of the top 10 guys that we expect to get race wins, not so much being it for the championship. Start off with this guy, Chase Sexton, Honda HRC rider. What do you think? What do you think for motocross? Supercross is fucking scary, just saying.
I think motocross will be like Supercross. He'll have
God!
Yeah, he'll have flashes of brilliance, and he'll have some wild rides.
And he'll leave it out visors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do.
Stu's rubbed off on him already.
Yeah.
Stu got too much.
It's the full thing.
Yeah, he's that's what I see.
Yeah, I see him winning races.
Yep.
And then just doing
exploding
Sexton things.
I can't see him winning an overall. Like I can see him winning motos, but then I can't see him putting together two
I'm
motos.
sort of with that as well.
Well, he got one last year.
Did he get an overall last year?
He got
Washugal.
Washugal.
Yeah, I don't... When you talk about his accidents, his crashes, they're 100% on him, hey?
Oh.
For motocross?
They're just...
Yeah.
I don't understand him.
I don't understand his crashes as well because he
rides
looks
so well.
smooth and it looks so good.
Yeah.
And then it just... Sexton's cartwheeled into the grandstand. Like,
Sexton's gone.
Yeah,
Or
that's
he's
how...
just tucks front. Yeah. Washugal, he did get a race win, overall last year.
Washugal, thank you.
Yeah. Washugal. Yeah, I believe, a bit of the same. I mean, he didn't get a 250 motocross championship. So it's not like we've seen him outdoors. We've seen him win races. We've seen that one at WW where he just sent himself into like the black zone and nearly died and then couldn't even race a second race. Like, he has a talent in that. I'm just hoping that the lessons he learned in Supercross, he puts them into practice outdoors and doesn't have those stupid...
But he kept doing it.
I know.
I literally had this conversation with him at Salt Lake City, and he said the same thing to me. He goes, I think I'm just learning to, when I don't got it, just ride. Mm. Just ride and get the points.
Yeah.
Another thing that worries me with him is, it's no secret he doesn't like Honda HRC. He wants out of that team. I hope he just doesn't want to mail it in. You know what I mean? Just go out there and finish and try and get through the season.
No, well, I think if he wants a different team, he's going to have to build his stock up.
I think he's the highest prospect in the 450 class, to be honest. His age versus what he can do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just got to stop ending up on the ground.
What are you with Sexton?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yep.
I'm searching.
What are you searching for?
Nah, if he does want to leave, you're right, Johnny. He has to build that stock up. But, I mean, at the same breath, does he? Because he is, he's so talented. I guarantee you there's, all the team managers, if he comes off contract and he's available and he's looking, every one of those team managers is like, we can work with his speed. Yeah. They all say it. We can work with speed.
He's the highest prospect.
Yeah.
There is no one else. He is the highest prospect, and he will probably be the next guy to set the biggest signing point. Because of his age, his ability, and what he can do.
Supercross.
He's got 5 years left in him for Supercross.
Yeah,
Good 5 years.
If he goes out, tries, puts a start in, and just races hard, rather than just mail it in 7th every moto, he can't be doing that. He's got to at least show that he's got the fight in him. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he goes to the gate, you expect him to win. You can see him winning every race he goes in.
But again, it's that whole thing. He looks so freaking good on a motorcycle, and then he just does these weirdest crashes that you've ever seen. Yeah.
It's the whole precedent of motocross. If you have an injury, we need to get you ready for Supercross. They just don't care about motocross.
And that was the whole thing. I don't think he needs to bring his stock up because what he did in Supercross, everyone's like, we want him for Supercross. Because that's all as much
pays
as...
the bills.
Yeah, as much as we're talking about Motocross Championship right now, we all love it. To these guys, they want to win that Supercross one. And we're talking about Eli getting halfway through this and going, we'll just go get that Supercross title. You don't hear them doing that in Supercross.
I think it's just something that's happened progressively the last 10 years with motocross in America. It's just gone downhill.
So with the Sexton thing, say Eli's out, Sexton moves up. He's the next best guy in most people's eyes. He's another guy that could go for this championship with Anderson. Or do we lose? Does it just become Supercross?
I'm almost wanting to put Sexton in front of Anderson.
No, I don't see him being in a championship.
No.
I'm with you.
Yeah. No. Don't be doing that.
You can't see him as a championship guy,
No.
though.
No.
I don't see.
Not this year.
I just don't
No.
see him putting 24 motos together.
It's fair.
We couldn't see that with Zach Osborne. It happened.
How many vices?
That was only 8 rounds. All.
That was front tire.
Nine
He had front tire issues.
Front.
By the way, I just looked up the that was what I was looking at, the Jason Anderson stuff.
Oh, that's good, mate. That was about 15, 20 minutes ago.
He only rode round 1. He didn't
Yeah,
race
right.
any races.
Well, it might have been the year before.
Yeah.
He got one. It must have been the year before.
It was
Yeah,
Loretta's.
it was
Why
Loretta's.
didn't he race?
Because he won
I
the
don't
first
know.
one.
It
and then
just-
Osborne
it
won
had
the
to-
second
it was
race.
Loretta's, yeah.
Yeah. It was the only. His
It was
only
him and
race was
yeah.
partly went 10-4 at Parla, and then didn't race the rest of the series.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, goddamn.
I can't remember. Can't remember. So.
Oh,
The next guy.
Ken Roxon. Can I?
I
Can
didn't think we'd be talking about him this soon.
Can I interest you guys? Put him on the list.
Not that high.
But
Can I interest anyone in some Ken Roxon?
He's an enigma
What do you
wrapped in an enigma.
What did he
wrapped
get
in a
last-
riddle.
what did
He's
he
a
finish
fucking
last
head
year?
case.
oh Jesus,
What was he last year?
Third.
Third?
he got third in the championship. He second at Parla, then went 1-1 at Thunder Valley, and got a handful more races in between that, and then did what he has been notorious for, and falling off at the back end of a championship.
I think that time off in Supercross is helping him though, a lot.
Time off Supercross. He's had more time to ride outdoors.
But is he fixed?
No,
That's
You
the
can't fix it.
question.
you can't fix it. The only thing that's going to fix that
His years
is
off.
him leaving that team. He needs a fresh start. He needs to work with different people. He needs everything.
You can't fix what you don't know is broken.
Exactly. And
Like,
I don't think anything's broken.
No. He just, like... Yeah.
But again, he wins round 1.
Yeah.
Nobody's surprised.
He
Wins
wins.
round 2. Nobody's surprised.
He wins races the whole time.
He'll
But
win. He'll win races. He'll get overalls. He'll have the red plate at some point.
Yeah.
Even if he wins those first 2 rounds, probably no one's talking about him as the champion.
Nah.
They're all, something's going to happen.
After
Waiting.
halfway,
Yeah.
maybe if he keeps winning
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah.
But
What did Ken go to Germany for? What was he looking for?
Red
He
Light
went, to
District.
he went to Austria.
Was it Austria?
No.
Austria.
It was in that.
He went to
It
the
wasn't
Red-
it was in an interview.
It wasn't that one he did with Weed.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah.
went to Austria to the Red Bull HQ. He was going there in between Supercross races.
Yeah, which he did when he had his arms. He was
Yes.
over there doing
He's
stuff.
over there getting tested and
Figure out what's
figure
wrong.
it out. Yeah.
Hartledge. I don't know, dude. It's just like
Do it again. Talk
It's-
about the mental stuff.
that's what worries me is the pulp show we're on. He called in, and that was the weirdest Kenny interview I've ever heard. Secondly to what he put up last week.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's he just needs a fresh start.
He's got the fresh haircut. He's gone back to the full
Clean
slick.
cut.
Yeah. Oh no. He's
Party
got the.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? If
Means business.
with Kenny, for me, like, this is going to be the weirdest, comparison ever. But he's starting to turn into Austin Faulkner for me, where he listens to all of the shit online. And
Oh,
he,
yeah.
Oh.
he gets wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you've been at this for a long time. Why are you interested in what everyone's saying about you? And just, it's like he's done a reverse Faulkner. Like, where Faulkner used to be like, oh, the haters online, da-da-da. And it's like, and he's been freaking awesome this year as Austin Faulkner.
Faulkner's been a different guy. We'll get to him,
But yeah, that was just my comparison. I was like, it's weird that Kenny's doing this stuff.
is it
Yeah.
he's that wrapped up in the championship that never happens that it's haunting him? Is that it? Where it's almost like he has to make excuses of to why it's not happening, and he believes in his own excuses. I don't know. I don't think the guy's sick. It's like the whole shingles thing. What the fuck, me?
Yeah, that was a bit.
He had shingles.
Yeah.
And then won.
Like, I don't know. Is it?
He was also like dog sick before Anaheim won that as well.
But didn't have COVID.
Yeah, but then did.
Yeah.
But again, like, how surprised are we all if he wins this championship?
Not surprised.
Winds
Not
of
surprised.
Dude, I am.
I
I am. I've seen some.
I don't
I've seen
know.
too much.
I think I'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised,
Yep.
Yeah.
but you could see it
No.
because it's
A part
unlike
of me can just because it's Roxon.
and
but-
it's
yeah.
outdoors. He's won 2
It's
motocross
his
championships.
Yeah.
He has not won a
16
Supercross.
was
Like Supercross is
insane.
that, like Eli, that Great White Buffalo, and he's always chasing it. Where this is a bit more natural to him. He's won 2 of these championships. Like if he can figure out him, he could go on and win this championship. There's
That's the
no
thing, like,
question.
it's so demanding on the body,
Yeah.
and he
seems to though do it easier sometimes than Supercross.
Yes.
yeah,
like,
good point.
I don't. It
Uh,
doesn't make sense, but he like his parlour ride in that last year.
Yeah,
It looks easier.
But
Which
there's a
yeah.
percent though that he could figure this thing out
Yeah.
and put this together.
Yeah.
Like
Like
a pretty high percent that this
Yeah.
could happen.
What-
You're not writing him off altogether.
What worries me, and it's the same as a lot of these guys, but it's more mainly with Ken, is that bike. He fucking hates that bike.
Yeah.
You know, we heard him at, where was it? Might have been Oakland. He was full on screaming at his mechanic about this motorcycle. And same thing. He got his dad over to try and fix the bike, and then they pulled the pin. They did the same thing on all the other teams. It's they blame the bike. They constantly blame the bike. Sexton loves the bike. Hates the team, but likes the bike.
He didn't
And-
like it at Salt Lake.
And, it's the same thing as well, where we hear that Honda don't want to help him. Honda are out on him now. Honda probably just like, here's the bike, go race it. There's just too many things that worry me about it.
There's one thing that's not on a motocross track that he was not good on a supercross track. It's whoops. That's what claimed him. And that's what he was scared of the whole time, was hitting whoops. So maybe. And he was pretty good last year on the same motorcycle, which doesn't make anything for supercross.
Who's saying he doesn't go have a big crash and he's okay, and he just mind screws himself again?
Yeah. I mean,
He's not one of those guys that will go out there, switch off your brain and die. You know,
Not
a lot of
anymore.
these exactly. A lot of these
'cause he
guys
nearly
will,
did.
Was.
a lot of these guys will go out there and they don't care to get hurt.
Yeah.
And Kenny doesn't have that, and I don't think you can be a champion without that.
And if Fernandez or Anderson or someone's behind him, they're passing him.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like at the back end of a moto, he
Yeah.
doesn't have that
Yeah.
grit.
No,
Yep.
he'll
it's-
settle.
Gets outplayed, yeah.
But it's Ken Roxon, though. He'll
Yeah.
get himself far enough out in
Yeah.
front where they can't even catch
100%.
him, you know,
Yeah.
and they're just like,
Yeah.
if they're on him,
Yeah.
100%. But what Kenny does is he goes, boom,
Yeah.
gone, and then they can't get to
Can't
him.
see
He's too
him,
far
so-
away.
I've got
Yeah.
the fix.
Here we go.
What they need to do is Kenny needs to go live with RJ Hampshire for a while. Get that send it attitude back. Fuck, he'd be it's crazy.
Well, he could just go Stu as well by the sounds of it with his teammate. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Ken Roxon can do, that's for sure. Let's move on to the guy I guess has been the talk of this pre-season when it comes to motocross. And it's a guy who's making his return after 6 years away from racing. And a lot of people out of this group were very high on Dungey's capabilities. But Ryan Dungey is back. Former champion in this class. Multi-time champion in this class. He's back riding a Red Bull factory KTM. Dude, I put him 7th. I don't think... Because technically he's only doing 2 rounds. But we all see through that.
He
Yeah,
confirmed
he
it.
confirmed
He
he's
came
doing
out
all-
and confirmed.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was only a 2 thing to say, hey, let's see if I can get ready, and I think he thinks he's ready enough to do it. But it's good to have Dungey back, but 6 years, guys. Like, do we? Some of us had him higher up than what I had him.
Second.
You had him second, dude.
Yeah, I'm third.
Drinking the Kool-Aids,
Yeah,
you
always.
boys.
No, Diesel, man.
Yeah.
The Diesel is back.
It's been 6 years, guys.
You look at the last round of outdoors, there'll be like 10 of these guys out.
Yeah.
Dungey will be getting second.
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
So then that'll put him up the order.
Yeah.
100%. And that's the thing. Like at the start of the season, yes, he will be not thereabouts. But then it's the balancing act of this KTM go, all right, let's just ride this out and see what happens, or they just pull the pin.
KTM love pulling the pin early. They
Caleb,
love pulling
let's all just
But
remind
Dungey's-
Caleb Russell.
But Dungey's different to, like, Dungey's
The golden child.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
goldenrod.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do we see Dungey round 1?
Top 10.
Yeah, 4 to 7.
Dungey, I think, legitimately thinks he can go out and win.
Where do we see him win if he does get a win?
Millville.
Yeah.
No.
Colorado.
Southwick.
What's round 4?
I don't have
on,
my
guys.
sheet.
Um,
I'm flipped.
High Point. I went Colorado.
What round's
I'd say
Colorado?
Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's round
3. Thunder Valley.
I reckon
I'm
we
at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm back a bit.
Yeah.
after halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it thins out a
Yeah.
little.
And he finds his speed and
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to be that thing of the group thinning
Yep.
and him getting
Yep.
back into racing
Getting the
shape.
cobwebs out.
Because it's,
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not stressing. 6 years is a long time to be away from racing a dirt bike. Like a long time.
But you don't forget speed.
No.
Like you get back on a dirt bike and you still go the same speed for a lap.
That's it.
You just can't hang on as long.
It's the race
that's
fitness.
right.
And
So
that's the thing that Dungey's had 6 years away from. He
Yeah.
hasn't built 6 years
No.
of race fitness. He's lost
Yeah.
6 years of race fitness.
He's still been riding though. It's not like he's been going to
No.
eat out burger
Yeah.
every day.
But it's totally different. Like
it's
on
still-
a very lower level, when I did it, very lower guys, the race thing was the bit that got me the worst. Coming back, the speed come back quickly, the fitness came back quickly, but the race fitness felt like it took forever to come back because it just you can't replicate it training, you know. And he's been training in Minnesota, so away from sort of the Cali hype and trying to pace himself. So he doesn't.
But that
quite
track
know.
looks gnarly. That he's been
Oh,
practicing
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
His suspension looks too soft. That looks ridiculous. You know, Red Bull KTM coming into Supercross, they thought they had their bike perfect in the pinpoint, and they were way off. How good is this bike going to be? You know, you can send it around the test track as much as you want. It's never going to form up like a racetrack.
I think it'd be
Same-
better.
I think
Yes.
it'd be better. For
You reckon it'd be
girls.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they
100%.
said they set up for East Coast. East Coast, you get more ruts. Bang. What's motocross? Ruts and fucking bumps.
Yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is if Aaron Plessinger finishes in front, if Ryan Dungey finishes in front of Aaron Plessinger,
There's issues,
there's
which
massive
everyone
issues.
has put him above. Someone's haven't even put Plessinger on the list. I believe that bike will be better. Let's just all revert back to our motocross preview last year, Nick,
Yep.
or midway through the recaps of the. I said that KTM is too twitchy and too unstable. What did they do with it this year?
Made it longer.
Made it more stable. I think it's a more outdoor bike to make it work for outdoors because KTM have not won an outdoor championship in a very long time, i.e. the guy who's back racing for KTM now was the last one who won KTM a championship.
Yeah. Plus the testing with hurlings and all that over in those sort of tracks over there.
Yeah. I believe because you know in GPs they run custom frames. They can run whatever frame they want. So I reckon when they do production bike, they're like, we're going to set this up for Supercross in America, so it works for Supercross in America because that's our focus there.
Yeah.
GP guys can just run whatever frame. But I think they made a conscious effort of like, all right, we're going to take a little bit away from Supercross and make it a bit more of a motocross bike so we can try and win a motocross title in America as well, not only in GPs. Like, that's what I see with the bike changes and what they did. It seems like a conscious effort to go, hey, we need to try and figure out this motocross thing in America as well. Like, even though it's not the prestige, we've been winning lots of Supercross. Let's see if we win this motocross thing now.
And I think that's kind of consumer
That's
driven
right.
as well because
100%.
consumers all ride motocross, so they want a bike that they can comfortably ride motocross on.
Yeah.
I hope he proves me wrong because it'd be sick, but I just can't see it being any better than 7 to 9.
Yeah,
and that for him isn't satisfactory enough.
But I think if he's 7 to 9 every round, he'll be top.
I don't
top
think
4
he'll.
or 5.
I don't
Top
think
5
he'll
again,
last
yeah.
that. 7 to 9, he'll think he's just out there getting smoked.
Because I think if he's 7 to 9, he'll think he's going to get better every round.
Yeah.
He's got that mindset of, right, I'm 7th, next week I'm going to be 5th. Even if he's not, every week that'll be the mindset.
7 to 9, if he gets one podium in between those few rounds, that'll just light the fire even more. Like I said, it'll just keep going.
We could be way off. He could go out and smoke everyone.
Oh,
what? Yeah.
I'd lose my mind.
The industry would.
And then how long does KTM play the 7 to 9 card? Because that's the other thing.
That's it. It's a lot of
Everyone's-
money.
Yeah.
I don't think
The meme was pretty funny though.
No.
I
Well,
don't-
that also, what if AP hurts himself again?
That's right. And then we know, we're going to get to Corolla here. He's got only a 2-race deal. That could be stretched.
Can we just discuss the Dungey Roger meme?
Which one?
The one where they're like, yeah, we've sold enough anodized parts, we've got enough money to pay Dungey to go fuck around out there.
I think they're selling the story on that one more than worried about the championship.
Oh,
But it's funny how nearly all of our list, he's the highest placed KTM rider we've all put.
Yeah.
So it's a unique concept, that's for sure. Next rider, Nick. Lay it on us.
Christian Craig.
I would have done like the full 2022 West Coast Supercross champion.
I'm waiting. No, I'll wait till the Supercross preview show.
Oh yeah, we're back. We're back.
We can probably do that next week. Christian Craig, Star Racing Yamaha. He's back on the 450. He's ridden the 450 a couple of times in motocross. His results, I think, are better than what we give him for. What do you think with Christian? Do you think this Supercross thing damages it at all? You think he's going to come into this and, have that breath of fresh air and it not mean as much? Do you think because he's going to go to another team, which I don't have a clue what that team is, do you think that's...
Hasn't it been announced?
What?
On every other social platform.
I follow him on Instagram. He hasn't announced anything.
Oh, okay.
I talked to him 5 minutes ago. Hasn't told me.
Do you think that changes as well? Do you think he just rides it in? What do you got with Christian?
I think he does kind of what he did last year. He was 6th. I think he'll be 6, 7, 8. Yep. I don't think he'll win a moto, but he'll get some podiums, like a 3rd or 2nd in motos.
Yeah.
He's already proved his point this year.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything spectacular for outdoors.
He did pretty good. Like the last rounds at end of last year, he rode sick.
Yeah. I think on the Yami too, he'll be pretty good.
The bike's good.
Yeah.
Real good.
So I guess the question is, does he have a Supercross hangover? Like, is round one not as spectacular because he's kind of...
I always think Christian's going to start... He's going to go out there. That's his base. He's going to improve. He's one of those guys that are constantly going to get better. Yep. We've seen that last year. He caught COVID and all that sort of thing. Got back on the bike, got better. I think this year's going to be very, very similar for him. I am worried about the Supercross thing because of the mental game and everything. He's finally just gone,
the emotional drain plug.
Yeah, that's it. The emotion's over. At the same thing, I look at it as, his team manager is his brother. He probably wants to go out there and give the best possible outcome for him. And I think about as well, and, he mentions this a fair bit, of the amount of people that upped him for being a 250 guy. Now that he's on the 450, he's got that little piece there to go and prove, I'm a 450 guy. I can do it.
And he does ride the 450 better than a 250.
I think
he
so.
proved it last year and the year before.
Yeah.
It's funny because his style suits Supercross so much, but I see him as a better outdoor guy than Supercross guy, especially on a 450.
Yeah, just to make it look more effortless there as well.
So we won't ask Nick until the end because it'll be
biased.
But how worried are you guys if he finishes outside top 10 at Parla?
No, not at all.
No.
Do you then go, okay, we can see the Supercross hangover? Is that what kind of becomes a little talked about?
There's too many good guys in the first round.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've all kind of put him up towards the front. I know it's a championship and it's kind of...
he hasn't been racing those 450 guys, so I think it's a different style of racing. And
He'll have to find his feet
in
it.
Yeah, and once he finds his feet in the class and on the bike, he'll just...
So everyone's looking at that. You don't think anyone will be talking about Supercross?
No.
Yeah.
He's in top 10, first round.
I don't think he is, but I'm not shitting on Christian.
No.
Here we go. Don't yell at me. I think he's going to do good. I've just said lots of nice things.
Stay off me.
I think he's top 15. But as the series gets on, he'll get better. Yeah.
A race win, yes or no?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Sucker.
A win.
Where you reckon?
It'd be Parla last round.
Yep. I see a race win.
When it's all but.
When everyone's at the bar.
But even do you see him beating Ferrandis?
Yes.
Yeah, what if it comes down to the last moto?
But even when Ferrandis wrapped up early, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Still went out and
won the last one. Yeah, he did, 100%. But, I mean... Yeah, it's only one race win. Yeah. Like, he just has to have things go his way. Yeah. He has the ability to get good starts. He has the ability to run the motos. And, if he could get a good start and things go his way, there's definitely a chance Christian Craig could be in contention for a race win this year. If it happens, I mean, there's always a 50-50 shot of that happening.
This is going to sound like a repeat, but the one thing with Christian, and you can't argue this because it's proved, is his mental state and his emotional state is different. This year, it's completely different. Don't give me that, he was coming to Salt Lake a wreck or anything like that. It's different.
I think you were more of a wreck than him.
I can tell you I was. When he went down, bro, I nearly went down as well. I was going to be on the ground with him.
He was jumping from the top concourse of the stadium. He's like, I said, I'm done.
Just tying the noose guard. It's over.
It's over.
I nearly ran over there and picked him up myself. Get on, bud, let's go. I was actually, to be honest, I think I was screaming more for Thrasher.
I couldn't believe that.
Oh,
We get to 250 class. Don't get too many of
A
us.
fucking boss move.
Yeah, that was.
But Christian Craig, personally, I had him 6 in the championship. So
Fourth.
4th?
Ninth.
9th?
I love bets.
I had him
I'll-
ninth.
I think you were about to say I didn't even have him.
I did want to take him out and put Troll Train in, but
That was going to be an argument
Jesus.
starter.
Does anyone want to take a bet with me that he gets a win?
How much?
You name the bet.
Nah.
There was a 500 one floated
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
group chat,
Try and
and,
get me to take it.
and then everyone
You
just
got a bet?
slithered out of that one real quick.
Well, you need to get that buddy bet app. And we just bet with that shit.
Oh,
It's good.
That's
Could be
dangerous.
line
yeah,
up.
could be
sounds
dangerous.
dangerous.
You got a bet?
Maybe.
I need yes or no's.
So it's race win or overall win?
Christian will get a race win. In the 450 class, we'll get a race win.
That's risque.
You know what I'd do? I'd up him to an overall.
He's not taking it
Play
over.
Ben, you know?
Nah, 'cause I don't see him getting a race win.
Take the bet.
$100.
Done.
Righto. It's not a Moto Limited podcast without a bet. And we're only early into this thing.